Okay.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm having another go. Okay, I think I finally got this working. I think I have. Okay, perfect. So today I am going to keep working through the process. And I think I have sorted out all the sound issues, which is great news. It's really difficult to kind of test the system. What I might do is check out if I... Okay, let's figure this out. Okay. So today I am looking through the components. Okay. And then... So today I am looking through the components. And then... So today I am looking through the components. Okay, so I've got a coffee, which is great. I can get on with this, and I'm going to just have a look through some of these boxes that I've brought through from a little bit. Great. I can get on with this, and I'm going to just have a look through some of these boxes that I've brought through from a little bit. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we did make a start with some of the DF robot stuff, which I'm loving. I'm going to put my phone in front of me because it's a good way for me to see messages coming through, and hopefully I can just respond. So a lot of components need connections, so I have loads of these like connected connections here, components to connect things up. So these are always a really good idea. In fact, I think to sort these out, a lot of these I think I'm going to keep in my little prototyping drawer, so they're next to me, because they are just super useful. So I have a special drawer where I'm keeping things like my connectors. This was a really good find the other day, actually. I'll show you this as well. But this little guy here, so this is super cool. This is just a connector that will then give power. So a lot of times when I'm prototyping, I just need some power quickly, and I always have to kind of faff around a little bit to figure out the power solution. But with this one, I can just plug in the USB end, and then it goes to these crocodile clips. So this is actually a super cool component because it just plugs straight in. Absolutely love it. So I found this, and I'm really glad I got it, and it'll stay in my prototyping drawer. But the other thing is, when I do my Maker on the Move stuff, this will be super fun for Maker on the Move as well. So it's kind of like you can get power to the things that you're prototyping with, or maybe once I've made the wearable and I haven't hooked up the battery source yet, this again is a great way to test it. So I'm going to keep that in my little testing drawer, which I have. All of my kind of connectors. I'm just going to organize this a little bit better too. So in the component drawer, I have ways of connecting. So some of these little connector packs are going to be here too. So that way I do always have a way to get the prototypes up and running as quickly as possible, really, because I like, sorry, that will have made a really horrible noise on my neck there. I like to get prototyping quickly, and so being able to access things from a prototyping drawer is always a really good way to go. Okay, so I'll put that in there. So something I talked about briefly on my previous video is these Husky boards. I do like them a lot, and I'd like to give one away. I have an unopened box with a Husky in it. This is the first version of it, so would like to be able to gift that to someone somehow. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Okay, so let's get back to it. We've got all these components here waiting. I've got a couple more component boxes that I want to go through. I know this does look like a mess right now. They are sort of organized, but yeah, they are sort of messy. So again, something like this is a great idea. So I often like to have an ESP32 ready on my breadboard. Typically, I'll only solder in the legs here if I am prototyping on a breadboard. I do prefer, when I'm doing my wearables, I'll solder the wires from here for the connections that I'm using. But at the moment, this can be a really good way to get the prototype aspect done first, and then you turn it into the wearable item. So I'll have a board that has pins, prototype with it, and then I will get an extra board that I have of this and just solder my wires to it. So that's going to go in my prototyping drawer as well. What other components? So this is another one of those NFC modules, if you were watching earlier, really a lot earlier. This is NFC with the little NFC chips there. Great little board. I have a couple of these on the go. Mostly I use the RFID ones, but I'm going to start playing with the NFC versions as well, because I have a few of those that I want to be using. Okay, so this was that spare Husky board that I was mentioning. I'd like to find a way to run a little competition and gift this to somebody. I might have to do that through Tinker Tailor, but I will put details maybe in like a description, might be an easier way to go. So I've also got loads of these styles of buttons. Again, these are great for wearable circuits. They're just so flat that and also they're quite flexible just in terms of on-body systems. They're not so rigid. So this can be a great way to add, again, interactivity to your circuits. So what could these buttons do? Is it a menu system? And so on. So that's kind of cool. Again, this one's flexible still, but obviously it's a bigger board, so you're going to get less flex, but that's why these little guys are actually super useful and fun. I like using these types of things. There's also this style here. It's just 2 buttons. Again, for a wearable circuit, that's pretty cool. So these I'll put somewhere on the side so I can use them in my wearable circuits, kind of keep them handy type of thing. Okay, I've got so many things here. It's kind of exciting. This little guy here is one of the M5 boards. So M5, I think Espressive have just either merged with them or bought them out. I don't remember the full details, but Espressive and M5 are now a thing. So this was an M5 one. It is an M5 one. I don't know if Espressive are going to change. So this is one of the core boards here. Super cute. I've used it for one project. Well, really it was for a demo, so I haven't used this properly yet, and I'm going to come to some kind of project design where I get to use this core board as well. So that'll stay in a different zone. Right. so many components, and I just want to keep kind of creating these different circuits just to make sure that I'm always bringing something new, something exciting to the channel. So this one here is now almost empty, which is great because okay, there goes a component. I'll pop this one here for now. I'll grab that in a second. And then this here was our RFID board, well, NFC, I'll put that there. Move these ones across as well, because there is a lot of DF robot stuff, more than I remembered. Okay, and in this one, oh, these are pretty fun. Has anyone used these before? These little steam modules, they can be super cool, super fun. And basically, you don't have to use the little steam rod that comes with it, but that is where you would have the water in the bottom, and that then diffuses out through that little diffuser nodule. This is the controller board that goes with it. There's a few little settings in there with that little button, but this can bring some real fun and dynamic steam effects. I do have a video where I have used a steam effect, but that can be pretty fun. I do quite like those components. This is just a very large screen with touch capabilities. Many people use this type. It's got the little stylus with it. This one in particular is like the hat style. So this would plug directly into an Arduino, for example. Arduino do have different boards now, some of the ESP32s embedded in it. So you could give this a try. It has a little SD card area. So that's something I've not used lately, but definitely I should be using. This guy here is pretty good. So this is another Adafruit board here. So this is a Gator clip breakout with 12 capacitive touch sensors. This here is quite a good find. I really like this board. So a lot of the, not a lot, but some of the ESP32 boards don't have touch. So the C3s don't have touch, and I have a lot of C3 boards because they are super cute, super small. But if they don't have touch, all you need to do is hook this little guy up to your C3 board, and then each of these pins, we can see here at the top, now adds touch capability to your circuit. So it's for any boards that don't have touch as part of the board. You add this, there are libraries that you'll get, and then you can now touch these. So you're only going to be using 2 pins essentially, so it's an I2C, and there's the I2C address is on the back. It uses that address, and then all of these become touch capable. So there's 12 capacitive touch sensors, and it's great for even just using your Gator clips, as it's called, this Gator board. Super cool board. I don't know if people know about it or have looked for it, but it can be a great way to add touch to your wearable circuits. Super good way to get touch onto that C2 super cute little board. That one I'm going to keep handy for sure. What else have we got in here? So we have more of the, we looked at this earlier, a similar one. So these are these Edison filament style, lovely, really fun lights. They give a lot of intense power of light to your circuits. They can be super fun. So we showed one earlier that had both connections at the top, and now this is got one connection on each side, which I do kind of prefer, so I'm happy with that. I then have a lot of little packs of wires kind of packed up, so I can use some wires but don't have to carry a whole spool with me. So what I'll usually do is I'll have some kind of little box like this, and then from here basically I will have wires usually in my lower section of the box. And this is just a great way to keep the things I need quickly near me, and then I can just refill that with those wires. So I've always got a selection of something nearby, quick and handy. I just find that if it is quick and handy, you are more likely to use it, to be creating which is really what we're trying to do here. So it's fantastic. WaveShare. I don't know if people have used or know of WaveShare. If you're a maker, you more than likely do know about this little guy or similar, but WaveShare do amazing e-paper displays. WaveShare, if you're listening, hit me up. Anyways, WaveShare, so we've got our little wires included, and this is just a super cute little board, little screen. Maybe I will take it out of the packaging. Really sweet device here. Well protected, and look how cute that is. This one's definitely not e-paper though. What is this one? This one is a 1.69 inch LCD module. That's cute. Wow, lovely. Normally I go to them for e-paper, but this is so cute. It would look great in a handbag, and it has got these little mounts as well. You can just kind of see these little mounts there. Great little device, super cute, and that's WaveShare. So again, really reliable components. When you're prototyping, I do tend to buy the cheaper components, but after you've prototyped and you want to make your final end circuit, you don't really want to skimp out there, because you'll have spent a lot of time and effort on making that circuit really well. So yeah, you'll want to use components from companies that you trust, like a WaveShare one. That's really cool. What else? This is just a janky battery. Again, I've just put these little terminals on the end here, so that way I can plug this into a circuit super quick, which can be handy to do. More of those. Oh, look at this guy here. I forgot I had this, actually. Really glad I found it. That's what happens when you move, right? You lose all your stuff. This is a 2.9 inch. It's got black, white, red. It is React Studio. So I have had boards from them before. I have a purse that I made that has a, look at that e-paper module. It's beautiful. And I've gone on about this, but the e-paper, it holds what you write even when there is no power. So having an e-paper module is a great way to have information in your project, even if you don't have then power continuously to it. Really cute little thing there. So that I'm just going to package up. Lovely. And it comes in a really nice little container here as well. That's a real win. I like that. Oh, and then here I just have a variety of ESP32 boards. I can't remember who made these ones. Just some espressives, some that WROVER boards. It's got that little micro connector. I am preferring the USB-C connectors now. Like this one's got USB-C, and it also has a connector for things like the screen I just showed. See that big connector in the middle? Fantastic, this guy here. And this is one of the Fire Beetles from DF Robot. So it is a USB-C. It is an ESP32 chip on it, which is fabulous. And then it does have these additional connectors for screens and so on. Beautiful little board, this guy. Beautiful. I think that's your power there too. Yeah, lovely. So you can connect your battery. Don't know if it does charging. I'm assuming it does. I hope it does. That is something I will test for sure. Beautiful little board there. And then, yeah, some more of these guys that we showed earlier. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, there's some fun stuff in here. What is this guy? Gravity lighting string module. Color. Oh, wow. So these are little tiny lights. I don't even know if this will pick it up, but look how small these are. If I hold my hand behind it, maybe. Only just. No, it's still not quite focusing, is it? That is small. Super cute. So these guys here, this is part of this kind of lighting rig. You have some connectors in there. There's your controller board, and then you can control the effects on this. Wow, this is lovely. Again, another product that I kind of forgot I had. I sometimes buy things that I think are going to be super cool, and then other projects take over a little bit. So I kind of run out of time, but that's well good. Love it. I will have to give that a try for sure. Okay, well, I think we're going to cut it there for now. I just wanted to make sure I could get another video working. As you can see, I've still got plenty of mess to sort. And yeah, I'm going to be busy for a while for sure. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you to everyone who helped me earlier. Oh my goodness, it was a bit crazy for some of it, but I really appreciate you helping me get back on track. Awesome. Okay, have a great holiday, and I will bug you guys super soon because I've had a great time. Thank you. Bye.